Welcome to the Heidi Thorne Show. I'm your host, Heidi Thorne, and in this podcast, I share my real world self-publishing and small business experience with you. So let's get started with today's show. And as you can see, I have this little device in my hand, and it is, of course, a first generation Amazon Kindle. Yes, I still have one. It still works. I keep it more or less for sentimental value because it really changed my life in a lot of ways. And so I just keep it for that value and because it works and someday I might need it. So um, it really was a revolutionary product and continues to be. And as I'm recording this, it is Kindle's anniversary, November 19, 2007. The Amazon Kindle was introduced, and I have to admit that I didn't jump on board immediately when Kindle came out. And you're probably wondering why. Well, I think a hint to that was in one of our previous episodes where I talked about bookstores. In about the mid 2000s or so, we would go for Saturday and Sunday afternoons at our library, which was usually the Borders bookstore, which isn't around anymore. Sometimes Barnes and Noble, but usually Borders. And I remember very distinctly being in a Borders, and I saw the Sony e-reader device that came out around the mid 2000s, and I really wasn't impressed. I thought it was expensive, and the book seemed expensive, and so I just kind of dismissed it for those reasons. As well, I thought about, well, what would I do on Saturday and Sunday afternoons? I thought that would take away all of that fun time hanging out in the bookstores. So I didn't jump on board immediately. I believe my husband got the Kindle first, and then he got me one. And it was a gift, and I will tell you, it's one of the best gifts I ever got, and it really changed my life. First of all, it changed my life from just a content consumption standpoint. I was now able to carry a lot of the books because when I'm doing writing of either blog posts or books or anything like that, I like to be able to refer to books as a reference or to get some new insight or just for entertainment. And carrying some of these books around was heavy. And so I really loved it from that standpoint, and especially like when I traveled. And you can imagine that when I was traveling, I think it was to Denver or something like that, and I left my Kindle on the airplane. This little guy right here. I left it on the airplane. You can imagine that I was just crushed. And then the airline called me and said, we found a Kindle in your seat. We just want to make sure it's yours. Are you missing a Kindle? And I said, yes, I am. Yes, I am. So they FedExed it to me, in which I was very relieved. It's not that I couldn't have replaced it, but it was just nice to have it back with me. And today, I really don't use the separate device like this anymore. I do all of my Kindle reading on the Kindle app, and I do that on my iPad and my iPhone. And that makes it even more convenient because now I can have it with me wherever I go. And so, from a content consumption status, it's been truly life-changing, and I'm so glad that Amazon came out with it. But from a publishing standpoint, I really have a huge amount of respect for Amazon in getting the Kindle publishing platform going, and especially for self-publishers like us with Kindle Direct Publishing. I don't know where I'd be right now if I wasn't able to publish a lot of ebook versions so simply and easily and effectively and sell them through the Amazon platform. I think that is just amazing. And people can complain about it. I know there are some other ebook publishing platforms out there, and it's not that they're bad. Some of them are very, very good. But for me, I really do like the KDP platform. It's super easy to use. The reporting is good. I think the royalties are great. And so I am thankful to Amazon and their whole Kindle team for providing me with ways to not only consume content but to produce content. So I don't really have anything other than that to add to this, other than I do hope that you will, if you are going to be self-publishing, do consider the KDP, Kindle Direct Publishing platform. And we talk a lot about that in this podcast. So do check it out. And happy birthday, Kindle. Well, if you enjoyed this podcast, and I know we're getting into a holiday week here, so I hope you've enjoyed the short little podcast here. If you have, I would appreciate it if you would go over to iTunes and give the Heidi Thorne Show a nice rating and review. And don't forget to subscribe to the podcast on whatever platform you like to listen or consume podcasts on. And it's on iTunes, it's on Stitcher, it's on Podbean, and of course the video is on YouTube. On YouTube, you just have to subscribe to the Heidi Thorne channel and you'll get updates about new podcast episodes. If you're interested in my books, and particularly my Kindle ebooks, they are available on Amazon. You just have to search for my Heidi Thorne author page, and you'll see also my audiobooks. So again, thank you, Amazon, for providing an opportunity for me with that as well through ACX. And my audiobooks are also available on Audible, which of course is part of Amazon now, and iTunes. So do check those out. And if you'd like to connect with me, my website is HeidiThorne.com. Thank you so much for listening and for your support. I'll look forward to talking with you again in the next episode. In the meantime, have a great day.